Choo-choo, said Thomas. Thomas puts the brakes on. It was a busy time on the island of Sodor. The Sodor River Bridge was being rebuilt. Thomas has been chosen to help the builders. He was very busy and very proud. Thomas was at the yard. He was excited. This is the last delivery. Then the bridge will be finished. Thomas, you must be careful with these blocks. They were made especially for the bridge. There are no more like them anywhere. Yes, sir, said Thomas. And Thomas puffed cheerfully out of the yards. Thomas had to stop at the signal. But when he arrived at his brakes, he heard a squeaking sound. Thomas was worried. Stanley was over there. He was taking builders to the bridge. Hello, Thomas. Your brakes don't sound good. Should I take your load for you? No, thank you. I don't need any help. And Thomas puffed quickly away. Next, Thomas saw Emily. Choo-choo. Slow down, Thomas, said Emily. There's a sharp bend ahead. Thomas applied his brakes. He squeaked. He was much louder, and his brakes weren't working properly. He raced around the bend much too fast. Thomas's wheels hit a bump in the track, and the special blocks bounced off his flatbed. Thomas didn't know. He was worried about his squeaking brakes. I know, he thought. I'll puff more slowly. Thomas arrived at the top of the steep hill. As he went downhill, Thomas started to roll faster. Thomas applied his brakes, but they still weren't working properly, and the squeak was even louder. Gordon was going to get the express up the hill. Slow down, Thomas, said Gordon. But Thomas couldn't slow down. He raced to emergency siding and hit the buffers with a biff. All the special flatbeds had went down a steep bank. Now there was only one stack left. But Thomas still didn't notice. He was still worried about his squeaky brakes. Thomas set off once more very slowly to the bridge. Finally, Thomas saw the Sodor River Bridge ahead. The builders were waiting. Hooray! He had come with the last special delivery. Thomas knew he had to slow down now, but he couldn't. Thomas's brakes had stopped working altogether. There's only 5 boxes. What can I do? That's a clang. With a clang and a crash, Thomas toppled off the rails. His flatbed dashed his buffers. The last of the special blocks fell onto his flatbed into the water. Cinders and ashes, said Thomas. I lost some of the special blocks. No, Thomas. You lost them all. Now the bridge can't be finished.
Oh no.
This is a disaster, said Thomas. The workmen attached chains to Stanley and Thomas. Slowly, Stanley pulled Thomas back to safety. Thomas was upset. How did I lose the blocks? He huffed to himself. Thomas remembered the bump on the bridge. It made the last blocks fell from his flatbed. Maybe the other blocks fell when I hit the other bumps, he thought. Thomas remembered where he had hit the buffers. Then he remembered going over the very bumpy track. Thomas knew what he has to do. Stanley, will you help me, please?
Of course, Thomas.
Of course, Thomas.
If you shunt me
If you shunt me back along the tracks to the yard, I can show you where the other special blocks fell off. That's a very good idea, says Stanley.
We must take Rocky
with us.
You
can load them up to your
Then
flatbed.
you can bring them back to finish the bridge. Soon
Stanley was chuffing along. He shunted Thomas behind him, and Murdoch shunted Rocky. They reached the bottom of the steep hill. This is where I bashed the buffers with a bump.
Hooray!
Hooray! There they are. Soon, Rocky had lifted the blocks onto Stanley's flatbed, and they all puffed on. Thomas and Stanley found the rest of the special blocks at the sharp bend, and Rocky set to work. Soon, Stanley shunted Thomas back into the yards,
And he set
off proudly with the special blocks.
Good luck, Stanley.
I'm silly not to ask for your help. Thank you.
A worker
looked at Thomas's wheels.
I've come to have my
brakes fixed.
They make a
terrible squeak.
Later that day,
Thomas puffed back to the Silverdale River Bridge. Thomas put his brakes on, and there was no squeaks at all. He stopped right beside Stanley.
My brakes are fixed now.
My brakes are fixed now.
So is the
Silverdale River Bridge.
All thanks to my friend
Stanley.